Hello and welcome to the Reset for Success show. Today is a fantastic day to be here. We're going to be talking about wonder thinking for health, happiness, and prosperity. My name is Marian LaSalle, and with me today we have Lady Lou and Ted Shaw. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, lady.
Oh,
How are y'all?
we're so glad to be here, and we're glad you're joining us, Ted. We had you on a couple of months ago, and we had so much fun with you. We just had to bring you back. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. And we had his wife Anna on about 2-3 weeks ago. So go back and watch her show too. She did some beautiful things on that show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and
She's
we
an
thank
amazing
our.
coach. She's an amazing coach.
She is beautiful, coach. Beautiful lady. So, anyway, everything's working for all of us, even though we have quarantines and crap like that with COVID-19. But we're dealing with it. And Ted has some wonderful ideas of how we can deal with it and become better people in the meantime. So, Ted, give us a little background. I know you've written the book about wonder. Should talk about that a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Where is he living? That's where I want to know.
Oh, okay.
I live in there's a string of communities, a string of villages along the northern banks of the largest freshwater lake in the country of Mexico. It's Lake Chapala. Feel free to do a search on it. You'll find about the communities. Right now, I'm standing in our art gallery that's in the village of Ajijic. It's Ajijic, but the J's are pronounced like H's. Ajijic.
Perfect.
It's a beautiful place to be. The weather is the second best weather on the planet year round.
Wow.
A wonderful art community here. I mean, there's a vast. I mean, there must be 10,000 expats here, give or take the seasoning. Right now, we should have more, but a lot of people are not traveling right now, so it's a bit slow here, quieter.
Wow.
It's a nice place. One of the
And
first
they
things
have
I
internet. How
heard.
about that? And you have internet.
Yeah, and I do have internet. Yes, yes.
Hello.
That used to not be here.
Ah, well,
Well,
that's perfect.
with the influx of expats,
Yeah,
things like that happen.
that's good
Does that
though.
I
answer
have
your
a
question,
I,
Marianne?
I have a question about
Okay.
like if you were in like a camper van or a small motorhome or something like that, and you were able to get across the border at this time or maybe later, do you have like places where people can park, like RV parks and things like that?
Because it's not my focus, I do know of two such RV parks here in the area. I don't know anything about them or their details, but if you'll catch me offline, I can send you their contact information and you can do the research.
Thank
Oh,
you, because I do plan on having a camper van someday, and I definitely am coming to see you. I got an invitation. I have it on video. You can't take it back. I'm coming to see you.
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
When you get to that point, I'll coach you and
Okay. All
I'll
right.
try to keep you out of trouble. No promises.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now,
oh,
Lady Lou, you can ask him a question.
okay. The book you have written about wonder, talk about that for a little bit and how you've worked in that into your life and in your trainings, your seminars, and things like that.
Okay. Wow, that's a big question. See if I can make a short answer for you. Um, the idea of wonder, I mean, I've been using positive thinking for a long, long time. In my book, I tell the little story of how my thoughts started to change when a young man we were working out with, uh, his life changed. It so happened we were on the same schedule. We were in the same workout facility at the same time. But this young man was a powerhouse. I mean, he could curl 100-pound dumbbell just like this, no problem. The guy was a horse. But his conversation was always full of, man, I just dread getting to be 30 years old because you know what happens when you become 30 years old? You start falling apart. The conversation was full of it. Well, no, I didn't think much about it until he turned 30.
Uh-oh.
I watched that man's health decline rapidly.
Mm.
And I don't know how, I don't know why, but I made that connection between his conversation, which was his story, which was a belief system, and the outcome. He actually programmed his body to fall apart when he turned 30.
Oh, yeah.
I started changing the way that I talked about and to myself.
Uh-huh.
I stopped. I started changing. I started saying things like, man, I feel healthy all the time. I never get sick. I just enjoy being healthy all the time. And I enjoy prosperity all the time. I enjoy opportunities coming to me that I would not have thought about or I would not have noticed. That became my story. That became my constant thought, not only thoughts, but speaking it.
Oh.
Every chance I got, I would tell people, man, I enjoy perfect health all the time. And the more I said it, the more it became fact.
Wow. Well, you know what I just did, Ted? I
Yeah.
have a to-do list that I keep in a little book called Be Chill. And I just wrote, look for opportunities. Thank
And
you.
healthy all the time. I love that one.
Figure out these little things for you.
Yeah.
Now, they need to have two elements in them. One element is the present.
The present.
You must speak it as though it is. Whether it is or not, speak it as though it is. And then
give us an example, Ted. Give us an example of speaking it as it is.
I enjoy perfect health all the time.
Yeah. That's so easy.
But okay, so your mind automatically says, but I have diabetes. But I have a sore toe.
Yes, ma'am, it will. Keep saying it anyway.
Okay, say it anyway.
Say it anyway.
Say it anyway.
Whether there's evidence to it or not, doesn't matter.
I don't have diabetes, by the way. I was just making a comment because I know that people, their mind always goes to, yeah, but. And so, okay. So what you're saying is no matter what, you're going to say it, and eventually your mind will make it come true.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I give an example of this, a metaphor for this in my book, The Magic of Wonder. I equate the metaphor I use is like a cruise ship on the ocean. The captain, where's his office? Where does he work? He works in the highest part of that ship. He's got all the windows, he's got the radar, he's got the radio, he's got all the instruments, all the data input is available to him or her. So they are the ones that says the ship is going to go this way, that way, fast or slower. To communicate that to the crew down below, way down in the belly of that ship, they have a little instrument and they just send the signals down there to the crew leader down there. And the crew leader says, okay, well, hey, everybody, we got to turn left so many degrees and we got to increase the speed or decrease the speed so much. The captain doesn't know anything about that. He doesn't know their names. He doesn't know how many people are down there. He doesn't know what they're going to do. And he doesn't really care. He's not involved in that part. He's like our conscious mind. Eyeballs, ears, feeling. Okay? So the captain of the ship is like our conscious mind. The crew down below is like our subconscious mind. Has no connection with the data input. It only knows, it only behaves according to what our conscious mind directs it to do. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fascinating. And I see that you're using a metaphor. So if we have no experience with ships, or, we don't really, that doesn't resonate with us, we could change it up, right? And use a different metaphor.
You could, yes. Yep.
But the whole point is to know that the conscious mind actually does take care of the subconscious mind by what we put into it. And then it creates, because it can't tell good from bad. It just knows whatever you've sent it, and it just creates it. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. And there has been a vast studies. I mean, there's people studying how we work all the time, and they've been doing it for almost 100 years now.
Oh yeah.
And they've come to the conclusion that we have adapted programming that we function on subconsciously. 90% of what we act, do, say, react, and all of that stuff is based on past experiences, most of which we took on prior to the age of 7. How many of those can you remember? None. They're all subconscious. We do things, we react to things, we make decisions based on that information. And it's automatic. You learned how to drive a car. When you first learned how to drive the car, you couldn't drive the car.
Oh.
You had to learn how to make certain movements and synchronize certain actions. The more you practiced it, the more it became part of, you put it in that part of the mind, that subconscious part of the mind that takes care of that stuff automatically.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to think about it anymore. You get in a car, the actions become automatic. You don't even think about it. You can look at the rainbow, you can look at the accident on the other side of the freeway and all that stuff, and still do what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how our mind works. And from 0 to 7, that's when our initial programming is taken on board. And we function with that from then on. So you don't remember it without hypnosis or some other technique. You won't be able to remember it consciously, because you put it there on purpose. You don't have to think about it. You don't want to think about it. You're busy with doing life is busy and it's full of distractions. Things work automatically. So what do we do with that? Now, well, number one, when we become aware of it, that makes a big difference. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, if all of that is automatic and all of it's subconscious, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, I want to know. Tell us.
It's changeable. The medical term is for our brain is elastoplasticity. Our brain can be reprogrammed.
Yes.
All of those programs that we picked up when we were little kids, from our parents, from our siblings, from friends, from cartoons, from all kinds of outside sources, at a time where we had no real judgment. We really didn't know what was going to be good for us, what was not going to be good for us. We just took it all in, programmed it. The subconscious mind cataloged it, put it in place, and then we can use it automatically. So we can change that. We can change it. There's a number of techniques we can use to change it. If you'll remind me toward the end of the show, let me give the audience, you and the audience, one of these techniques. It's really easy. And you'll love it. You'll love it, and you'll put it to work, and things will change for you. I promise.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm ready for it, because I've done a lot of studying on the mind, the Silva method and the hypnosis, the hypnotherapy training I've been through, and books I've read. And our mind is a fantastic little gadget. I mean, it's not that big, but it runs the world and our world, and we have to learn how to use it.
Yep.
And it's not that difficult, is it?
It's really not that difficult. It really is not. I think probably the number one key, if there is one, the number one secret or key is consistency.
Yes.
You know, whatever we do, we need to incorporate that into our daily routine wherever we can, and do it all the time. You remember earlier I mentioned that every chance I get, I tell people I enjoy perfect health all the time. I rarely get sick.
And you never will. I mean, it's always going to be like that. You're going to stay healthy right up to the end. And then you're going to wave goodbye and say, I'm off to a better world.
So what
That's
do
the way
you
I
say
look
to
at it.
yourself, Ted, when you do get sick? What do you say to yourself then?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing. And you're right. I'm not Superman. I have gotten sick. I've caught the cold and I've caught flu and things like that. And in that condition, I use it for an opportunity, because for one reason or another, my subconscious mind chose to allow my body to allow that invading bacteria, virus, or whatever it is to take hold of my body and bring my health down, to bring my attention to something that I need to be paying attention to about how I'm living my life.
Wow. And that's true.
So
Yes.
I use it. I use the occasion. But, if I get knocked down, then I can't do what my regular work is. And so I'm stuck. I'm okay, here I am. But I enjoy perfect health all the time. And I have more of an opportunity to repeat it more and more often, because now I'm kind of, I'm sick. I can't do anything else. I got a cold or a fever, or I'm in bed. So over and over and over and over and over in my mind, I enjoy perfect health all the time. My subconscious hears that.
Yes, it does.
The crew down below has got that signal, and they're going to go to work. They're going to go, oh, this is the reality he wants to experience. He is experiencing that reality. We need to do everything we can down here to support that reality. And I will not remain ill very long.
Oh, I love it. Now, they could have one for health. I guess you call them a saying or an affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And then what would there be for abundance and prosperity?
Sure. You'd be amazed at how prosperity shows up for me.
Ah, nice.
So when you talk to people in conversation, you'll get an opportunity to say these things. And if they're in your library, if they're in your forethought, that'll be your answer. Oh man, you'd be amazed. Miracles happen around me all the time.
I can believe it. So if you want a new car or a new house, I love my new house. And just feel it around you, the feeling of that newness. Or if you want a new car, I am driving my new car now. It drives so smoothly. I can just go off and just like I'm floating on a cloud. Make up stuff, right?
And insert the word enjoy as much as possible.
I love it.
Because the emotion is the secret.
Yes.
The feeling is the secret. Our universe is vibration. Vibration attract like vibration. If you get into quantum mechanics and all that kind of stuff, you can really get deep into it. But simply put, everything is vibration. Our thoughts are vibration. Our feelings are vibrations. So if I'm feeling good about something, I'm broadcasting these vibrations out, and I'm also communicating them to the crew down below, or the crew down below.
I love that. And sometimes people say, well, I don't feel vibrations. I'm not a feeler. So do this, feel the vibration of that, or feel the vibration. That's a vibration, and it's subtle. The kind we want is subtle. But just give yourself some help. Right. And then say, okay, this is what feeling joyful means, or this is what feeling rich means. And then remember that feeling.
That's setting an anchor.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, I would, instead of slapping my hand, I probably would want to be in a hot tub or in a soft bed,
But that's it. Everybody gets to choose. Go ahead,
Ted. Here's a little trick to set an anchor. You when you get your head into that place where, oh man, I enjoy this new car. I enjoy the smell of the new car, the feel of the steering wheel, the responsive. I so much feel that. When you are full of that emotion, full of that feeling of gratitude and enjoyment, take your little finger and your thumb. This is an action you rarely ever do for any other purpose. And hold that. Just put some pressure there and hold that while you're in that, when you're in that space. Just hold that. Oh man, this new car, it's everything I dreamed about. This is my new car.
My new motorhome. Oh my God, my camper van. I love it.
I love it. Oh man, the way it handles. I see myself when I drive by these shopping centers and I look into the glass over there and I see myself in this car. Ah man, and the way it came to me. Oh, the way it came to me was so miraculous. It was such an opportunity, just such a surprise. Boom. Okay. Now go back to work. Leave the company bathroom and go back to your desk, or whatever it is, and occasionally all you have to do is just squeeze that finger, and that brings that feeling back to you again.
And you're going to have people ask you, now, what are you doing? And you don't have to tell them. That's okay. You in your mind.
Hand behind your back, or hand in your pocket, or hey, whatever. What are you doing? Oh,
I'm driving my new car.
I'm manifesting my new life.
There you go. Hey, I want people to know that you can get Ted's book on Amazon. It's called The Magic of Wonder.
Yes, I've got it.
What's that?
I have the book. I love it. And it's not very big, so it's a quick read, but it's powerful.
Yeah, just go to Amazon and check out The Magic of Wonder by Ted Shaw. And in no time, you're going to have a life that you have been dreaming about.
Now, it's going to take work. You have to put the effort in.
Work. It's effort. There you go. But it's really cool because I wrote down, in my to-do list, a look for opportunities. And here's what I wrote down next to it. I enjoy feeling healthy. Now, I can really get behind that statement. I enjoy feeling healthy.
Yes. Yeah. And in today's world, man, don't we need to do that?
Yeah. I know when I'm going to start. Go ahead.
I was just going to mention that not a lot of people are aware of the connection between the mind and the body. We tend to have it backwards. We tend to think, okay, I've gotten sick. We get sick because of what's going on in our head. And I teach this at Firewalking, how the mind-body connection, what we think, changes the physiology of the human body.
It does.
What we think changes what our body is doing. It's proven. You don't have to take my word for it. The research is out there. Jump on it if you want to do that kind of research, or just apply it to yourself and watch it work.
That's right. I have a friend, I won't mention names, who is constantly tired. Oh, I am so tired. It's been such a long day. I woke up too early. I mean, over and over and over. So every day he's tired.
Yeah.
He programmed his own mind.
Yep. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
I enjoy feeling healthy every day.
Marian's got it, and I have it too.
I love that. We do that. And if you get a hold of it and you practice it and you keep doing it, your immune system is going to be peaked. We have an amazing immune system. Our bodies are attacked 24 hours a day by an amazing thousands, millions of little giggles, doodads, and this and that, and all that kind of stuff that could literally destroy us, eat us up within just a few minutes. We'd be dead. We have an immune system that is extraordinary. If we just keep it charged and focused in the right direction, we can stop a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Even COVID-19.
Yes, because it's this powerhouse that we have between our ears that most people just ignore. I mean, oh yeah, I'm brilliant. I was an A student or whatever. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
That's learning. That's rote. What we're talking about is programming the creativity part of your brain, the part that will keep you healthy for the rest of your life and make sure that you are who you want to be, because you can be anything you want to be. You know,
Yeah.
what happened to the guy that was 30 and aged overnight? You know?
I don't know.
Oh,
We ended up parting company, and he went off his direction. I went off on mine. We didn't stay in touch, so we didn't have the internet back then.
oh
So
yeah.
I don't know what
Well,
happened. But hopefully
hopefully,
hopefully he changed his story and turned things around.
yeah. Because that at 30, I mean, that's young. Oh my God. I want that back too. But we know that's not what is life about. We have to experience 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm experiencing 70s now, and I love it. But I got some positive stuff going on about it. And I'm staying healthier and healthier and healthier. And doctors are not in my bailiwick. And of course, I go to my doctors, have a purpose, but they're not where I want to be. I want to be free of medication, free of any type of disease. And it starts right here, folks.
Yep, it sure does. And there's tons of case studies that have been done that prove what we're talking about right now.
Like
This
the
is not just
placebo effect. You know, that's why they do a placebo every time they test on stuff. They have to, half the group is, you know, a blind study, placebo, because our mind can convince us of all kinds of things.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you said you were going to have a little exercise. Could we do that now?
Okay, we can do that now. Okay. Now we talked about the finger, the anchor with the little finger and the thumb. So I want you to keep that in mind. So what I'd like to do is just let's just kind of take a moment to focus on our breathing. We breathe all the time. We breathe 24 hours a day, but we don't often pay attention to it. And the best way to bring our attention to something different that we want to think about is to start by paying attention to our breathing. Not to do anything about it, but just enjoy it. Notice that the inside of our nostrils get cool as the air comes in, and it gets warm as the air goes out. So we just bring our thinking into that breathing. And as we breathe, we begin to use our imagination. And for those who might not believe they have an imagination, I would invite you to imagine what it would be like if you had an imagination. Imagine, what would you like to experience? Bring your thinking to what would you like to experience. Maybe you're having a health challenge right now, and you would like to experience a different kind of reality. So what I would like for you to do, or maybe monetary. Maybe you're having some money challenges, and you want to experience a different reality with that. We can talk about health. We can talk about relationships. Maybe you're in a relationship that's not serving you well. There's all kinds of circumstances that people can find themselves in that they wish they were not in that circumstance, wish they could be outside of that circumstance. So I'm going to invite you and your audience to go there. Breathe, pay attention to your breathing, let the world float away for a moment. It's okay, it'll be there when you get back, and you can pick up all these things if you want them when you get back. And just let all that kind of float away as you're breathing, and take your imagination into the future. Our mind is a time machine. We can imagine a future different from what we are living in now. Go to that place. Imagine what it would be like if you were to wake up. Do we run out of time?
No, I'm just like zoning out here. Yeah, there you go.
So imagine yourself floating off into the future. It doesn't matter the time or the year or the season. You're floating into a time when let's say you're waking up in the morning, and before you open your eyes, imagine the future you want to experience. Begin to imagine the small things about it. If you're short on money, imagine if someone surprised you with a $10 bill during the day, or you open their car door in a parking lot and there's $10 in the parking lot. Start out small like that. Imagine putting your world together. I want you to compose your future. This is if you had a magic lamp and you rubbed that lamp and a genie appeared and said, "What do you want?" You need to describe in detail what you want. What is your wish? Spend some time with that. Imagine the circumstances, the house you're in, the bed you're sleeping in. When you get out of that bed, the people that are going to be around you, the trappings that are going to be around you, the way you're feeling about your health, the money that's in your bank account, whatever it is that you want to create, put in as much detail as you can. What does it sound like? What are the sounds around you that's going on? What are the people? Who are they? And imagine that they're celebrating this new experience that you're having. All the people around you are high-fiving you and they're celebrating you and they're maybe lighting candles on a celebration cake. And now notice your feelings. If you're traveling with me in this moment, you're beginning to feel the emotions surrounding this, especially the gratitude. Oh my goodness, this is a miracle. I wake up and here's the world I want to experience. I feel so much healthier. I've got money in my bank. I've got this new car. This lady has shown up in my life, or this man has shown up in my life, or this partner has shown up in my life that is exactly the perfect fit for me. Oh, the gratitude. That's the feeling you want to focus on. The more you put into this imaginary future, the more gratitude is going to come up for you. The more excitement is going to come up for you. And these feelings are the secret. That's the secret ingredient. Remember the thumb and the finger? Now is the time when you get there in that future place, set that anchor. Set the anchor for the feelings, not the color of the walls or the type of the car, but the feelings you're having in that moment, in that reality. Just take a moment to enjoy that.
Fantastic.
And that's how you wake up and start your day.
Oh,
Lovely, lovely.
oh, thank you, Ted.
Once again, Ted, 2021's coming up. Will you please come back and see us again?
I'd love to do that.
So enjoy you. We really do. We enjoy you. And we have a brand new schedule starting in January. We have a brand new show coming up called Opportunity Knots. And so be thinking about that and how you can help us and our audience, and we will see you then. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today.
Just everything for everybody.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you.
And we will see you again.
Oh, we love you all. Thank you, Ted.
You were awesome.